In today's podcast, we dive into the critical vulnerability identified as CVE 2024-40891 affecting Zyxel CPE devices. This flaw, categorized as a zero-day, is actively being exploited, leaving over 1,500 devices exposed. Join us as we explore what makes this vulnerability a high-risk issue and what steps you should take to protect your devices. The vulnerability affects Zyxel's VMG 4325-B10A firmware, particularly versions up to 1.00.4OS C0270615. These legacy DSL CPE devices are widely used for providing internet access and have been identified as having critical flaws in their software. CVE 2024-40891 falls under CVE CVE-2024-40891, an improper neutralization of special elements used in an OS command, commonly known as OS command injection. This type of vulnerability can be exploited by attackers to execute arbitrary commands on the underlying operating system. CVE 2024-40891 is a post-authentication command injection vulnerability found in the management commands of Zyxel's DSL CPE firmware. This flaw allows an authenticated attacker to execute OS commands on affected devices via telnet, potentially taking full control of the device. With no patch available at the time of this podcast, the vulnerability remains a critical threat as hackers are actively exploiting it, leaving thousands of devices vulnerable. As we wrap up, it's clear that the discovery of CVE 2024-40891 underscores the importance of regular firmware updates and cyber vigilance. We urge all operators of Zyxel CPE devices to monitor for updates from the provider and implement network protections to mitigate exploitation risks until a patch is available. Stay tuned for future updates, and remember, a proactive approach to security is key to safeguarding your networks against potential threats.